Hey, it's Bri, and I have a story for you. If you've been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications, because I know after this video, you guys are gonna want to see Bri all the time, every time I upload. Now, I want to start this story off as honest as possible. And that's why I was kind enough to put this meme on the screen for your viewing pleasure. You heard it here first, okay? The bad bitch lives within me, but she is not always activated. I had to share this information with you guys at the beginning of the video because this story time doesn't even make sense, bitch. If you guys saw how I looked when I ran into my friend's dad that day, that's how you know this man really got a crush on me, because I was looking busted, bitch. Why would you come up to me and I got on these sweatpants that have multiple buffalo wing stains on them? What is it, the crop top? You still find me sexy, baby?
Oh, do you find me sexy?
Shut your mouth.
Let me get into this story. You guys know the procedure. Go ahead and turn that thumbs up blue. Support your girl. Because as you know, we live in a capitalistic society. I can't just be telling you guys my business for free. Turn that thumbs up blue. Stop playing. Now, I need to tell you guys, I have a problem. I'm addicted to DoorDash. My addiction to DoorDash is so bad, I literally had to delete DoorDash off of my phone because I was spending like $200 a week on food delivery. So if you ever wondering why I walk around looking like a bum, why I look busted on a daily basis, bitch, because all my money goes to DoorDash. Now, everything that I'm telling you is actually important. Like, it actually matters, because this particular day, I was in the grocery store because I was like, you know what? You need to be on a budget. You need to start being more financially responsible. No more DoorDash. I actually ran into my friend's dad in the produce section. That's how you know I was really trying to make a lifestyle change. I don't know how I could be in the midst of trying to do something positive for myself and attract this drama. Because if you don't know, hey, it's Bri. I attract drama.
Nobody asked.
So I'm doing my shopping, I'm in the produce section. I had so much stuff in my hands that it was time for me to go and get a basket. Maybe I don't have a DoorDash problem, maybe I have a spending problem, but that's a whole other video, okay? That's exactly how I ended up running into my friend's dad. Now, let me give you guys a little backstory on why this situation is so awkward and why I wish that this whole situation never happened. I feel like once I explain myself to you guys, you're gonna understand why I act the way I act. Why I just want to live a private life. So this particular friend, I actually grew up with her. When I was younger, her parents used to own a daycare and her mom used to watch me. And that's how me and this girl became childhood friends. As we grew up, this girl became a stripper. And I mean, she became a stripper like literally 2 or 3 years before I even considered becoming a stripper. So I kind of looked up to her to a certain extent, because I was like, wow, like, you're doing something that I'm not bold enough to do, at least at the time. And when I was a baby stripper, she was definitely somebody that I reached out to get advice. Now, I will say this because, you know, I don't really have friends, so I don't lose anything from being honest. So I could be transparent and I could tell you guys, I would message her and I would ask her for advice. And I kind of got the vibe off her that like, she didn't want to see me succeed. Like, that was her lane. Being a stripper was her thing, and she wasn't trying to put everybody on. Now, me being a YouTuber, I totally understand where she's coming from, because when people reach out to me and they DM me and they're like, oh, how can I be successful on YouTube? How can I be successful on OnlyFans? After a while, it does get annoying. So I totally get it. Like, people that never hit you up before and now all of a sudden they see that you're making money and they want to do what you do. Like, bitch, I get it. But like, I don't know, I just kind of feel like the vibe with me and her was totally different, because like, bitch, I knew you before I got my period. Like, I'm not like everybody else. All of this is really important. I don't want you guys to get bored and feel like I'm just saying random shit. All this stuff is going to tie together and it's going to make sense, I promise. Now that you know that I grew up together with this girl since childhood, obviously I'm friends with her on Facebook. So let's kind of take it back to when I was like 18 or 19 years old. I remember I literally had to block this particular friend's dad on Facebook because he was flirting with me like excessively. It got to the point where it was like every time I posted a picture, her dad was in my messages, and it was just too scary. It was too creepy. And at the time, it was too much for me to handle. When I go out in public, my goal is to have as little human interaction as possible. I guess that's part of the reason why I leave the house looking like shit as well. Because I'm like, if I look like shit, ain't nobody gonna come up to me and talk to me like, do you see what I look like right now? I haven't seen this guy in like 5 years. So you have to imagine how shocked I was when he like literally blocked my way. Like, I'm trying to get a basket. I'm going to the front of the store. I have all this shit in my hand, and there's this like middle-aged man blocking me, talking about, oh my God, I remember you. I remember you. Who are you, old man? I was standing there so confused. He kept asking me, how's your family? How's your grandma? Mind you, I don't even talk to my family, especially my grandma. So I was really like, who the fuck is this? I'm scanning this guy's face. He's light skinned. He kind of looks mixed. Like, I can't really tell if he's Latin or if he's Creole. And that's when he's like,
oh my God, I'm so sorry. Let me go get you a basket. That's what you were gonna go do, right?
I'm like, now you're speaking my language. So he goes to the front of the store, grabs me a basket. And while I was putting my items in the basket, I was making small talk with this guy because I'm like, I feel like I know you from somewhere, but at the same time, I kind of feel like I don't know you at all. That's when he exposed himself. He starts to tell me how he saw me on the Tammy Mac show. Now, if you guys don't know, a few months ago, I was actually fortunate enough to be on the Tammy Mac show on Fox Soul. And I made an appearance on her show because one of my stripper vlogs had actually gone viral. Once he tells me that he saw me on the Tammy Mac show, he starts to go on this tangent about how he always knew that I was gonna be a star. He always knew that I was special, and he's been keeping his eye on me. Now, this is the part of the story where I started to put 2 and 2 together, because the same time that he was telling me he was proud of me, he was comparing me to his own child. And he was telling me how his daughter does the same thing. She's been talking about starting a YouTube channel for months, but for some reason, she hasn't started it. And at this point, I really started to get uncomfortable because the wheels are turning in my mind. I'm like zooming in on this guy's face, and I'm like, oh my God, you look exactly like my homegirl from elementary school. The conversation took a hard left for me because I'm like, oh my God, I blocked you on Facebook. You have a sexual attraction to me. Like, I know if you've watched me grow up on the internet and you've seen my stripper vlogs, I'm pretty sure you still have a strong attraction to me. I start panicking. I'm like, dude, I have to end this conversation. Like, I no longer want to sit up here and have small talk with this fucking guy. If anything, at this point, I'm trying to decide if I want to slide in my homegirl's DMs and let her know that her daddy is a creep. So I start saying things that kind of close out the conversation. Oh my God, it was so nice seeing you. I want to cut the conversation short and go on about my day. I really don't need anybody else obsessed with me, stalking me. I have enough problems, okay? I feel like my friend's dad started to pick up on that energy because he's like, oh, well, give me your number. I want to stay in touch with you. You have to let me know how your family's doing. I know they gotta be so proud of you. You're gonna be somebody someday. You better not forget about me. Give me your number, girl. And it was to the point where I was like, wow. Like, I really thought I set it up to make a clean exit, and clearly I was wrong. How do you have the audacity to feel comfortable enough to ask for my number? And I'm literally, like quite literally, the same age as your daughter. You don't need my number. What do you need my number for, babe? What do we have to talk about? And then the fact that he was like, oh, I want to catch up on your family. You got to let me know how your family is doing. And deep down, I don't even fuck with them. Like, that was just way too much for me. And I was just like, oh, you know what? My phone's going to die. I wasn't even going to be in LA for a long time. Maybe another time, maybe we'll run into each other again. I just start lying unprovoked. I did not want to give this man my number. I'm like, what the fuck? Take a hint. I don't know what it is about me where people are so obsessed? Let a bitch breathe, bro. At this point, he's following me onto the next aisle. I feel obligated to give this guy my number so he could get out my face. Ladies, get those fingers moving in the comments below if you know exactly what I'm talking about. Have you ever given somebody your number just so they could leave you alone? Because that's exactly what I did. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna waste my phone battery. Give me your phone. He pulled out his phone. I typed my number in and I was like, see you later. He totally ruined my shopping experience. I went straight to self-checkout and got out of the store. I didn't even get no wine. I was just like, you know what? I'm on a diet anyway. Now, I told you guys, the whole reason I was in the grocery store in the first place is because I was trying to crack down on how much I spend on DoorDash. So by the time I got home, I cooked my own dinner, smoked a blunt, sat down and watched some Netflix. I wasn't thinking about that exchange that I had with my friend's dad and Rouse. I completely forgot about him, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I always meet people and I make a bigger impact on them than they make on me. So when I get a FaceTime from an unsaved number at like 6:30 p.m., I'm like, who is this? So like most people, I proceed to ignore the FaceTime because I have no reference of who it is. After I ignore the first FaceTime, I get another one and another one, and then I get a text message. The text message doesn't say anything but what are you doing? Honestly, in my opinion, that was kind of childish because it's like, how you gonna FaceTime me not once but twice and then turn around and ask me what I'm doing? What the fuck are you doing? Because I'm minding my business. People hit on me all the time. I had no idea who was texting me. On top of the fact, I lied to this guy in the store and told him that my phone was dying. So I put my number in his phone, not the other way around. So I text back, sorry I missed your FaceTimes. Who is this? My friend's dad proceeds to text me his name and I instantly get irritated because what the fuck? I totally forgot I ran into you today. And now you're FaceTiming me? Like, damn. As soon as I realized that this is my friend's dad, I literally did not text back for like 15 minutes and then I got another FaceTime. If you guys have never been on my channel and you made it this far in the story, I feel like it's important for you to know I used to be a scammer. Unfortunately, there's a side of me that still enjoys the finesse. So in my sick, twisted mind, I started to think, if this guy's calling me so much, he must want to give me money. So I made up my mind that if he decided to FaceTime me again, I was going to answer.
12 seconds later.
Just as I expected, he FaceTimed me again. Now, thank God for my eyelash extensions because I had no problem answering the FaceTime and catching the tea so I could bring it to you bitches. As soon as I answer the FaceTime, my friend's dad starts going in on me. He's like, I don't know why you're acting like that. I literally watched you grow up. I've been rooting for you and now you want to act like you don't know who I am. I was so irritated that that's how he decided to start the conversation after blowing me up. I wanted to know what was so important we had to FaceTime. At this point, her dad starts gaslighting me. You're not the same Brianna that I remember. I would hope I'm not the same Brianna that you remember because I was like 8 when I was going to daycare. In my opinion, this is where the story gets juicy because my friend's dad really thought that he was gonna read me. He really thought that he was gonna clock me, bitch, based off my YouTube content. I've been watching your YouTube channel, OnlyFans, strip clubs. I don't know why you're acting like you're too good now. The way that he was acting, I feel like, were you subscribed to my OnlyFans at one point? After he brings up my YouTube videos, he starts to ask me how much money would it take for me to spend the night with him. At this point, I'm not even really offended because I'm like, you're making me money. Like, you really watch my YouTube videos. Like, at that point, I pretty much felt like he was saying anything to get under my skin because it was pretty obvious that he was not gonna get his way. I know you want money. I know all you're looking for is money anyway. I'm not looking to give you money, but I'm more than willing to take care of you. Like, what? It's giving R. Kelly.
This is not me. I'm fighting for my life.
Then the crazy part, because you have to remember, this is all happening on FaceTime. So I'm asking him, I'm like, oh, so you want to be my sugar daddy? He's like,
I don't pay for sex. I don't pay for that. I don't need to pay for that.
Wait a minute.
That's literally what you just said. At that point, I had no more time, no more energy. I just hung up in his face. You guys would not believe how fast I could block a bitch, okay? Immediately, like right after I hung up that FaceTime, I blocked this guy's number. How is it possible that I block you when I was like 18 or 19 years old? All these years go by, I run into you again and still block your ass again. How can you be that fucking weird for that long? Honestly, I didn't even see the point in reaching out to my friend and telling my friend that her dad is a weirdo, because I really didn't even feel like that was my place. Like, I felt like reaching out to that friend, especially because we don't really have a friendship. We don't even really talk like that. Like, this girl has followed me and unfollowed me so many times. Clearly, we're not the best of friends. I don't see the point in reaching out to her and telling her, oh my God, I saw your dad and he wanted to be my sugar daddy. I just feel like that's messy. So instead of reaching out to her in private via text message, I decided to share all this information with complete strangers online.
Cash make the coochie go woo woo.
If you guys like this video, go ahead and turn that thumbs up. Blue, support your girl. Get those fingers moving in the comments below and let me know how you guys feel about the situation. Would you guys have reached out to my friend and let her know? I would love to hear you guys' opinions because we're a family. With that being said, I love you guys so much. I'm having so much fun letting you guys back into my life and telling you guys my business. I really hope you guys enjoy this new chapter. Till next time.